Hey everyone, gather round, because today's installment brings a peculiar kind of déjà vu. Our familiar sovereign citizen, yes, the same one who graced yesterday's spectacle, has resurfaced before Judge Simpson less than 24 hours later. And let's just say, Judge Simpson arrives armed with zero tolerance for sovereign rambling or pseudo-legal incantations. So, let's descend into the mayhem.
Case People versus Thomas Styron. Here we go.
The public defender Ortella on behalf of Mr. Styron, who stands to my left. Well, let's talk to the judge about that, right?
We've been through this. Seems to be some confusion.
What's the confusion?
I've stated multiple times on the record that I wish to represent myself.
Well, I thought we got rid of that issue the last.
Yeah, I thought so too. I spoke to this gentleman right here and expressed my wish to represent myself as well.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want you, I mean, we'll figure that out in a moment. So, Mr. Styron, we're going to go through this again. What do we want to do in this case? You understand what you're charged with, sir?
So, I understand what the charges are against me, yeah.
Okay, look, you're going to have to give me straightforward answers to my questions because I've got to make sure that you understand certain things. I got to do certain things here.
From my understanding,
you understand, first of all, that if you do indeed direct, you want to smile about it and laugh about it, take him back. We'll call him out later. Take it back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up.
There's a reason Judge Simpson has become a cherished figure in this corner of the legal watching universe. Perhaps it's his blend of empathy and razor-edged fairness. Or perhaps it's the fact that he'll readily consign a belligerent troublemaker to a holding cell without batting an eyelash. Our returning sovereign crusader wanders back in for a second helping, and the encounter somehow radiates even more chaotic gusto than the first.
Court calls the case of the People versus Styron. Recall. State your name.
my name is Thomas Styron. I live in man.
Mr. Styron, you are before the court. You have elected to represent yourself. I do have to advise you that you have 3 counts against you. The first count is that of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
This is under the assumption that you're compelling me to identify as Thomas York Styron, the legal entity on this case.
I believe that you are. Do you understand the nature of the charge, sir?
I don't understand how the name you have on the case and who I am, it's 2 different people.
I have a complaint, Thomas Styron II. Do you understand that that individual is charged with fleeing and eluding 3rd degree?
So,
do you understand the nature of that charge? You just need to answer my question.
For the record,
take him back, and when he decides he wants to cooperate, we'll bring him back. Maybe. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Play nonsensical games, reap catastrophic rewards. The gentleman now earns himself a 30-day contempt sentence, and remarkably, we haven't even trudged through the full docket for the day. He ambles back in for a 3rd attempt, still blissfully untouched by wisdom or self-reflection.
Recalls the case, People of the State of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II. Styron, you are before the court on a felony complaint that does allege count 1. And I'm going to presume, since you do not want to answer the court's questions, that you understand English and understand what I'm saying. You are before the court on 3 charges. Count 1 is the charge of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court cost, and would require the Secretary of State to suspend your license for up to 1 year upon conviction. Count 2 is assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court cost. Count 3 is a misdemeanor offense of operating with a license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor as indicated, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court cost. Your vehicle could be subject to immobilization. Since you refused previously to answer my acknowledgement as to whether you understand that, I will assume that you understand what you're charged with.
Well, that's certainly one route to derail your own case. If a defendant obstinately refuses to acknowledge that he comprehends the accusations, when it's glaringly evident he does, then the court must simply infer understanding and march ahead with the proceedings.
You are also entitled to be represented by counsel at this and all subsequent proceedings. If you could not afford to hire an attorney would be provided at public expense to represent you in this matter. You are entitled, as indicated, to be represented at this proceeding, all subsequent proceedings, including your preliminary examination, and if the matter were to proceed by trial, you would be entitled to counsel. It is, as we have gone through with the previous proceedings, the court's understanding that you do not wish to be represented by counsel, and that this matter will then proceed forth with you representing yourself. I have to advise you that in representing yourself, the court will make the presumption that you understand the Michigan court rules, those regarding both procedure and those regarding evidence. The court will not be providing any legal assistance to you during the course of those proceedings and will hold you to the same standards that I would hold an attorney representing or practicing before this court. So, with all of that, and with the court's understanding that you do not want to be represented by counsel, I will set this matter for its next proceeding.
You understand I'm the beneficiary, not trustee, right?
We recognize that you are now the, shall we say, fortunate recipient of 30 days confined courtesy of your contemptuous conduct.
That will be the preliminary examination. I will set the preliminary examination. Has discovery been provided to the defendant?
Your Honor, he was previously represented by the public defender. I don't know if they turned over the paperwork to him.
Does anybody from the public defender's office know whether or not the defendant has been provided discovery? Mr. Odetella. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have the discovery. I have not been able to share that discovery with Mr. Steyer, and I tried to speak with him and go over it, but I'd be happy to turn that over to him at the first available.
All right. If you would either turn that over to the court officer so that they can provide that to Mr. Steyer so that he has the discovery, and if you could do that today, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm setting the preliminary examination. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
The people would have their witnesses available June 11th. Set this matter for preliminary examination in person, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before me. Defendant, as he was leaving the courtroom the last time, the court did find the defendant in contempt, sentenced him to 30 days. The defendant will serve that sentence. The court will sign the judgment of sentence regarding the contempt.
I don't understand how that's possible.
Because regardless of whichever obscure corner of the internet supplied your sovereign citizen manifesto, the court absolutely maintains jurisdiction over you. That's precisely why all of this is unfolding before our eyes.
Like I said,
So first of all, watch your
language. You're treating me as if I'm the trustee, or I don't want to partake in any trust fraud or anything like that. Is this a cess QV trust matter? Involved in this? Is my social security number attached to this at all? Go figure.
Mr. Styron, or whoever you wish to be addressed as, I'd suggest that you watch yourself because there's going to be more time coming. You keep it up.
You're
will
presuming
learn,
that
you will
jurisdiction
learn
over
how
your
to conduct yourself appropriately in these proceedings in this courtroom and before me. You will not in any manner whatsoever
You're trying to
disrespect
compel me to be somebody I'm not.
or this
You
institution.
have no evidence
It will not
to prove that
happen.
I'm who you say I
You
am.
will not talk to me in that fashion.
In what fashion? I'm not the one being unethical.
Very good. You'll serve the 30 days. We'll see. We'll see him on the 6th. Bond continued.
And there you have it, that's today's Chronicle. He's slated for another appearance on June 11th before Judge Simpson, followed by yet another rendezvous on June 26th before Judge Washington, who many describe as the benchside mirror image of Judge Simpson, but with an even fiercer judicial presence. If you enjoyed this escapade, tap the like symbol. If not, feel free to tap the opposite. Share your musings below, and make sure you subscribe with notifications engaged, so you never miss the next round of courtroom theatrics.